apologize extremely. There's a lot of issues we had to deal with as MENCOM before coming to this meeting. And again, I got messed up by the technology. My strongest apology, honorable members.
It's not accepted.
Hello?
As it apology not accepted?
Letitia, I will catch you in a
You can say to us you come from court. Come on, we're bigger than that. We're bigger than that thing. Technology.
I have no summons, Letitia. I have no summons. Thank you very much. Honorable members, we've got a short agenda which we need to deal with and be over and done with. But I want to thank members for this attendance. The agenda, if you look at it, is as reflected there. Can you flight it, Lindy?
Chair, it's Bridget. I move to adopt the agenda.
Thank you. Now we move to, before we move to, all right, we move to the minutes. Can anyone take us through the minutes?
Marcel?
Chairperson, I'll do that. Lindiwe, if you can make me a co-host, I can start sharing.
I've made you a co-host. Marcel, you can proceed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Marcel? Marcel, you are muted.
Sorry, Chairperson, I'm just trying to open up the document.
It's a record of minutes of all the meetings we have had. Am I correct?
Yes, Chairperson.
Thank you.
Chairperson, if I understand you correctly, you want me to go through the minutes minute by minute?
Are they long?
No, they're not long, Chair, but there's three of there's a.
Let's go through them.
Okay, Chair. I'm going to start with the minutes of the 11th of September. Is it sharing? Can everybody see this minute?
Not yet.
No, it's not.
Okay, Chairperson, I'm just trying again.
Okay. All right. No, I'm gonna stop.
Marcel, can I assist you with this set?
Yes, please, Lindiwe. Thank you.
Okay.
It's a real Friday the 13th, ne?
Yeah.
Marcel, can you see the minutes on the screen? Can you see members, the minutes on the
I
screen?
can see the minutes. I can, Lindiwe.
Yes, we can.
Marcel, are you not going to take the committee through the minutes? I'm just an operator.
Thanks, Lindiwe. If members, if we can turn our attention to the minutes of the subcommittee for the 11th of September. It was the shortlisting of the candidates and filling the vacancies on the CDA board. Members that were present listed in the minutes, as well as members from the both committees. Thank you. If we scroll down in the minutes, the minutes reflect the nomination process of the candidates. I will just give a little introduction into that process. The shortlisting process with members of both committees culminated in a total of 25 candidates that were nominated more than once, 14 candidates that were nominated once, and in addition, 7 candidates were nominated but were categorized as not meeting the criteria. Further to that, 39 CVs that were categorized as meeting the criteria were included in the preliminary shortlist. The subcommittee agreed on this shortlist. The observations included in that particular meeting that Ms. Ngwenya had indicated that a candidate was nominated twice, and this was taken into account. Ms. Masingo raised an issue where a candidate was accidentally considered as not meeting the criteria, and that should be looked into. The chairperson then recommended that the disqualifications list be verified in a final attempt to continue with the process. In closing the meeting, chairperson indicated that the shortlisting process would then continue on the 18th of September to finalize the shortlist. Lindiwe, if you can please share the document of the 18th of September. I'm having a problem with that one as well. Thank you. Chairperson, that is the end of the minute of the 11th of September.
Okay. Is that all?
That's it, Chairperson, for the 1 minute.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, can I table the minutes for adoption?
I would like to move for adoption, Chair. It's Bridget.
Any seconder? Any seconder?
I second the minutes, Chairperson.
Thank you very much. Next item.
The next minute, Chair, is the minute of the 18th of September. Lindiwe, if you can please share that minute. Chairperson, when we refer to the minute of the 18th of September, again, the subcommittee sat. We had all our members present. This was the second meeting with regards to the shortlisting of the candidates. Lindiwe, if you can move down. Chairperson, in this meeting, we had a briefing by the legal advisor, who then gave the subcommittee an overview of the legal aspects to the appointment process. There were certain issues that he highlighted in that particular meeting in terms of meeting the requirements of the advert, complying with those requirements, taking into consideration the Employment Equity Act, the Constitution, and all of those points of reference to make this process a transparent and fair process to avoid any legal litigations. We then furthermore had a briefing by Ms. Kanya, the content advisor, that gave the committee an update on the preliminary shortlist that we had previously discussed on the 11th of September. Lindiwe, if you can move, thanks. In terms of the issues that were raised in the prior meeting, sorry, Lindiwe, you've now passed my point. If you can just go down a little bit. Thank you. That's fine. Ms. Kanya then reported in terms of the issues raised prior. The 7 candidates, verification was done on those 7 candidates, and then from that process, 2 candidates were subsequently included as part of the preliminary list. This increased the total number of shortlisted candidates to 41. There is a report on this, a separate report on that. If we can move further down in the way. In terms of the nominations of candidates, honorable members and chairpersons, Mr. Stock explained the shortlisting process, which advised that the process of elimination in the preliminary shortlist was set in terms of setting a target of 26 candidates. Following that, the meeting was adjourned for 30 minutes to allow the support team to verify and report back in terms of fulfilling gender, racial profile, as well as provincial representation of the 26 candidates. Ms. Kanye presented the information on behalf of the support team. All in all, we ended up with a short list of 16 females, 10 males, 14 were from Gauteng, 5 from KZN, 3 from the Western Cape, 2 from Limpopo, and 1 from the Free State. Thus, they came to 6 provinces, but the subcommittee would like to highlight that the CDA will serve the entire country. The next item on the agenda was the discussion on the venue and to conduct the venue for conducting interviews as well as the vetting process. This was just in terms of having the interviews at a certain location, and it was proposed that the location for interviews be Parliament. Chair, I'm not sure if I should pause here because I see Ms. Masango has raised her hand.
Masango?
Thank you, Chair. I was just raising my hand until for this particular minute because the previous one we didn't have any comments to make. I don't know if I should wait until.
Has it been fully read? Sorry, Honorable, has it been fully read?
I don't think it has. I was just raising it so that the chair can make a comment.
Can you allow it to be fully read and then people can make their comments?
Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to do.
Then go and finish, Marcel. Is that the 18th?
Yes, Chair. I'm getting to the end. We discussed in that meeting the vetting processes in terms of getting assistance from the State Security Agency to expedite our verification of candidates in terms of drafting a letter to the Speaker of Parliament to expedite the process. That was discussed, and then the resolutions taken in that menu, Chairperson, was for the venue to be booked within Parliament at the precinct, complying with the regulations of disaster management and observing all protocols for COVID. We agreed on a 3-day period from the 27th to 29th October. That eventually did change, but for the minute purposes, Chair, it was agreed on for the 27th to 29th of October. And then just verifying that the speaker, we would write to the speaker in terms of assisting us with expediting the process of vetting. And that is the end of that minute, Chairperson. Thank you.
That is the minutes of the 18th.
Yes, Chairperson, 18 September.
18 September. Honorable members, can you comment on those minutes or anyone propose adoption? Honorable Masango.
Thank you, Chair. I would like to, as I proposed adoption of the minute, just to go to where we have where we say how many people from where, just to mention that the Western Cape is mentioned twice.
Yeah.
And just to correct that, but otherwise, if the chair allows, I would like to propose the adoption of the minute.
Any seconder? Any seconder, members? Honorable Masango has proposed the adoption of the minutes. Is there any seconder? Is this Honorable Masango's meeting alone?
Chair, you don't want to say that.
So I don't get a seconder for the minutes. Hey. Honorable members, hey,
Unfortunately, I cannot second because I was not there, Chair. But it seems to me everybody is there. You
who was
know,
not
we.
there? Honorable Dikhan,
Are
Honorable Dikhan,
Chair, can you hear me?
yes, who's speaking now?
Honorable Aris, but I was not part of that meeting. Sorry, so I cannot second.
Yes. Who was part of this meeting of the 18th? I was
Yes.
part of it.
Chairperson, I second.
Who is speaking now?
It's Madeka. I was part
You.
of the meeting.
So are you seconding the minutes?
Yes, Chair.
Thank you very much. Next set of minutes.
Lindiwe, if you can remove this minute, then we can go back to the minute of the 2nd of November. Chair, maybe I should just ask, the 2nd of November was a closed meeting. I'm not sure if you want to adopt that minute in this meeting.
Oh, it was a closed meeting.
Yes.
So how do we handle that? Is our lawyer here? Is Mjengani here?
Chairperson, he left for another meeting. He was scheduled to attend.
Those minutes, are they minutes during interview?
No, Chairperson, the interview minutes, they were open meetings, but the closed meeting is where we discuss the questions and the process, that sort of thing with regards to the interview.
Oh, preparation.
Yes, Chair.
No, was it a Monday?
Yes, Chair.
No, I don't think we can adopt those honorable members later, because I think that was logistics of the meeting. Am I right?
Mm.
Yes, Chair.
Can we,
It was.
can,
logistic.
Chairperson, can I just to respond to Marcel's question, can I make consultation with my manager to check procedurally whether we can adopt it, and then I'll revert to the committee quickly. And then we
no,
can
in the
proceed to the
meantime,
next set.
are you asking us to pause?
Yes, and then go to the next set, Chair.
Okay, let's go to the next item of members. The next item is, hello?
The next set of minutes, the third.
Oh, next set of minutes. What is the next set of minutes?
Okay, Chair.
Which date?
The third, Chair.
All right, proceed, Marcel.
Yes, Chairperson. Lindiwe, are you sharing those minutes with us?
I'll try to share.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Lindiwe. Chairperson, I'll proceed with the minutes of the 3rd of November. This is the first day of interviews. Yeah, our attendance register confirms all our members that were part of the meeting. Ms. Aris from the EFF stood in for Ms. Ngwenya, who was ill. Ms. Lahir was also absent as she was also ill. Lindiwe, you can scroll further down. We interviewed on that particular day, Chairperson, 7 candidates. And then the meeting adjourned at 4 o'clock. Thank you, Chair.
Can somebody mute himself? Is that Lindiwe? You must mute yourself, please.
Oh, sorry, Chair.
Yeah, those are the minutes of the 3rd, Marcel, am I right?
Yes, Chairperson.
Can I propose, members, can I propose those minutes for adoption, 3rd November?
Propose, Chairperson. Hello?
Thank you, Honorable Gillian. Any seconder?
I'd like to second the proposal of the minutes, Chair.
Thank you. Next set of minutes. I don't know what's happening.
Sorry, Chairperson, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Yes, I'm so sorry. I was muted. Chair, I was saying this was the second day of interviews, the 4th of November. We had the same complement of members as the previous day, with our 2 apologies and Ms. Aries again standing in for us in terms of EFF. Let me just go down. On day 2 of the interviews, we interviewed 8 candidates, Chairperson, and on that particular day, Chairperson, we finished the interview process at 5 o'clock in the evening. That is the end of that minute, Chair.
Yes, I table the minutes of the 4th, honorable members.
I would like to propose the adoption of the minutes, Chair. It's Bridget Masang.
Any seconder?
I so move, just for progress.
Who is doing that now?
Honorable Aris.
Yes, Honorable Aris.
Yeah.
Next agenda, next minutes.
Thank you, Chairperson. The next minute, we are looking at the final day of interviews, which was the 5th of November. Day 3, like prior to this particular meeting, we had the full complement of members besides our apologies, as I indicated earlier. We then interviewed six candidates, and this was the last interview day where we've adjourned at 5 o'clock, Chairperson. Thank you. This is the minute for the 5th of November, Chairperson.
Yes, I table the minutes, member. Honorable members.
Chair, if I'm allowed, I would like to propose the adoption of this minute. Thanks.
Hey, any seconder?
I second the set of the minutes, Chair.
Thanks, Honorable Gillian. That is the last set of minutes. Am I right, Marcel?
No. Sorry,
Yes, you
Chair.
are, Chairperson. That is the last set of minutes for the interview process and the CDA. Thank you, Chair.
Up to this point.
Yes, Chairperson.
Thank you very much.
Chair, sorry,
Yes.
can I just try to provide feedback around the minutes of the closed meeting? I've made consultation and was advised that the committee must adopt them here. What we can do, we cannot just flight them on the screen. We can just talk to them. And
Can
it
you go
needs be
back to them,
adopted,
Marcel?
but not be screened. You can just give us a summary and then we put to adoption.
Do you hear that report, Marcel?
I do, Chairperson.
Can you
Just
can you proceed? Can you proceed in line with it?
I'll do so, Chair. Sorry, Chair, I'm just trying to find it.
The advice was just, we can just talk to them, not put on the flight, not flight them.
Now, I understand, Lindy, I'm just trying to find them on my screen because I have to exit my Zoom screen to find them. So, Chairperson, the day of the 2nd of November, we had a closed meeting which we politically applied for both committees. Can you hear me, Chair?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Both committees applied via political application for a closed meeting in coordinates with Parliament's sub-rules for closed meetings. The meeting for the 2nd of November was from 3 o'clock until 5 o'clock. We reported on the qualifications verification process of candidates. We reported on the state security agency processes. We received a legal opinion from our legal advisor on the eligibility of candidates again. We considered the guidelines and also then the scorecard for the particular interviews. And that was the end of the meeting, Chairperson. It was all agreed to. And the meeting ended at 5 o'clock. Thank you, Chair.
Can I table those minutes, honorable members? For adoption?
I would like to move for the adoption of the minutes, Chair.
Any seconder?
Second, Chairperson.
Thanks, Honorable Gilliard. Next item.
Chairperson, that is all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Marcel, for that. Honorable members, can we go to the next item? The next item is Lindy.
Chairperson, the next item is the presentation of the draft report of the CDA process. Thank you very much.
Who is going to go through it?
The content team.
Can the content team flight it and go and move on?
Yes, Chairperson, I will. If I can just be made a co-host quickly. Good day, members. Good day, chairpersons and colleagues and everyone in attendance. I'm just waiting to be made a co-host so that I can flag the report, Chair.
You are a co-host, Yoli.
Thank you.
Very much, Sisi.
I'm just try again, Chairperson. Looks like I'm having a challenge here.
No, we can see the document.
Yeah, something wrong. Yes, a wrong document. There are many documents opened here. Maybe I should close some of them. My apologies. Yeah, today is not an easy day. Okay. That should be
If that is,
It's open, but I don't see it here when I open it, and I'm looking for it. But it is open. I have it here in front of me.
Lulu, can you quickly email it to me to flight?
Okay, here we go.
Thanks.
Can you see it now? Even though it's in the middle, I'm just gonna go up. Can the members see it?
Yes, we can.
Okay,
Yes.
ma'am. Thank you. Okay, I'm just going to talk through it, Chairperson, quickly. Basically, the report is about the entire process since the subcommittee started this recruitment process. I'm just going to summarize what I have in each section. Basically, this part is just indicating what the CDA is in terms of the Act, the Prevention of and Treatment for Substance Abuse Act, which it is a statutory body, which is some of its functions are to implement or give effect to the National Drug Master Plan. It also has the advisory function to the minister in terms of the implementation of the National Drug Master Plan. It also coordinates measures relating to the prevention and combating of abuse and drug and substance abuse. Ooh. And then the Act also it also prescribes that the CDA should be appointed for a period of not exceeding 5 years, upon such condition as the minister may determine at the time of making the appointment, provided that the period of office of a member may at any time be terminated by the minister. The Act also, Chairperson, in section 53, subsection 3B, it makes provision that the two committees who are represented in this panel, that is the PC on Social Development and the Select Committee on on Health and Social Services, must undertake a recruitment process, which we are currently doing in filling in or appointing or making recommendations for the appointment of the members to serve in the CDA. And that process comes after the minister has submitted a request to Parliament, requesting now the two committees from the two houses of Parliament, the NCOP and the NA. Oh, I just realized now, Chairperson, I didn't activate my camera. Can I just proceed, Chairperson? Are you okay with that?
Proceed.
Oh, okay. Yes, the two committees that they must now undertake this process. So that request was forwarded, or was, as we use it in our Parliament language, it was referred to the ATC on the 25th of April, 2018. So subsequent to that, Chairperson, the process that was undertaken from that, on the 6th of March, 2019, the PC on Social Development, that is now the previous committee before the end of the term of administration. That meeting, Chairperson, most important thing, it agreed to extend the term of the board for a period of 6 months. That was from the 1st of April 2019 to the 30 September 2019. This was after the committee deliberated and that the term of Parliament was due to end at the end of March. And the committee had not been able to deal with this process before because of other pressing priorities. So then, because now it was, as you see, it was 6th of March and the Parliament was going to rise at the end of March, there wasn't going to be any time available for the committee to proceed, even the subcommittee for that matter. Then thereafter, Chairperson, after the sixth term of Parliament, that we are in now, the current term, we, on the 27th of August, with the new now committees, the subcommittee met, and in that meeting, on that date, it received a briefing from the Department of Social Development on the appointment of members to serve on the CDA. And then discussions that ensued afterwards, Chairperson, resulted to the committee, subcommittee, making a resolution that due to time that had lapsed from when the advert for nominations was advertised until that time of the meeting of the 27th, there was some time that had lapsed, and to avoid the term of the board being extended again, the committee then advised the department to start the process again in terms of placing the advert for nominations. And then while it's doing that, then the current term of the interim board term was then extended until end of January this year, or until the appointment of the new board, or whichever comes first. So it was extended until now, Chairperson, while we're dealing with the recruitment process. Okay, now this one is just speaking to the requirement that the minister, through media and through the Gazette, placed the call for nominations. Then at the beginning of October, why is this one? Oh, I opened the wrong one. Okay, so subsequent to that resolution, Chairperson, the department then placed an advert on local, regional, and national newspapers on October 2019, which specified, the criteria that would be considered when the committee is undertaking the recruitment process. The main criteria, Chairperson, that we were also deliberating in detail within the early stages of our process was that the members or the nominated candidate must have grade 12, and they must have 6 years experience in either of the following areas: research, prevention services, early intervention services, treatment services, reintegration services, aftercare, law enforcement, medical pharmacology, and monitoring and evaluation and impact assessment. So these are the areas that were specified in the advert that the committee will have to consider as criteria when it's dealing with the recruitment process. Now, the advert for nomination, the deadline was the 31st of October 2019. Then this year, February, that's when the CVs were forwarded to the committee, and in total, there were 74 CVs that were received. Then due to clashing programming of the two houses, the NA and the NCOP, the subcommittee was only able to meet on the 18th of September. Sorry, I should actually make a correction that the 18th of September, because the committee met before that, met on the 27th. So I'll make that amendment, Chairperson. Then in terms of the Parliament process, the subcommittee was established as per the rule, NA Rule 172 and NCOP Rule 162. These rules, they provide that the subcommittee must, after having undertaken its process, it must then, or its activities, it must then go back to their principal committees, which are the PC on Social Development and the Select Committee on Health and Social Services, to report on the activities that they've undertaken. Then only those committees then will adopt the report. So basically, Chairperson, it means this committee will deliberate on this report, make amendments where they want to suggest. Then thereafter, this report will then have to be adopted by the principal committees, not the subcommittee. I hope, Chairperson, I'm clear on this one. And then just for information, the composition of the 8 members, I omitted to indicate earlier that the subcommittee is made up of 8 members, 4 from each committee, 4 from the select committee and 4 from the PC. Chair, these are the names of the members who make up this committee. I might just explain that Ms. Ngwenya was originally the member of the subcommittee, but due to ill health, she was then replaced by Ms. Aries. That's why there's an asterisk next to her name. The same as Ms. Lihihi also could not participate in the interview process due to ill health, but there was no replacement for her, Chairperson. I just thought I should just mention that. And Chairperson, in terms of the requirements in Parliament, the CVs of or let's say the shortlisted candidates, their CVs, they have to be publicized or published on the parliamentary website for openness and transparency. So that process was done on the 28th of September, 2020. That was after the committee had agreed on the candidates that it was to shortlist. And these are it agreed to shortlist 26 candidates. And then how it got to that, Chairperson, the first phase, the committee is familiar with, it took place on the 11th of September. And that led to a preliminary shortlist of 41 candidates. Subsequently, on the 18th of September, the committee went back into their shortlist, and after a thorough discussion, then 26 candidates were nominated, Chairperson, or were shortlisted. This was also captured in the minutes that Ms. William presented earlier in detail, Chairperson. Here, I'm just giving a short summary of what transpired in terms of the shortlisting. Then thereafter, just to mention then when that shortlisting was happening, these were the criteria that the members looked into. That the member is a South African citizen, or the candidate. The candidate has knowledge of the sector in terms of as far as what the functions of the CDA are or its mandate, the provision of the Act, and the experience in the substance abuse interventions. The candidate must have sound judgment, high integrity, reliability, independence, team player, and commitment to serve the CDA mission and goals. And also the candidate should demonstrate a good knowledge of governance, or must have experience as far as good governance is concerned. The other important mechanism that the committee implemented while it was considering the candidates, it submitted the CVs, all CVs of the 26 candidates were then forwarded for academic qualification or verification, as well as security clearance. Then on the 2nd of November, which was the closed meeting that we just alluded to earlier, the committee held a closed meeting where it considered the final reports on qualification verification check, as well as the security clearance and a legal opinion that was given by our parliamentary legal advisor. Then the committee was informed that 2 candidates withdrew from the process. 1 candidate did not submit proof of her matric certificate, and 2 candidates had criminal records. And based on that, the advice from our legal advisor, and the subcommittee agreed to exclude 2 candidates with a criminal record and the one candidate who could not provide a proof of her matric certificate. Remember earlier I said having a matric or grade 12 is a requirement for the candidates to be able to qualify to be in this process. And then just to emphasize what the advice was also touched on, that the committee must make sure that the individuals or the candidates are sufficiently honest, they have integrity, are reliable, and therefore they are fit and proper to be appointed into the CDA. And then the advice further said, the honesty, integrity, reliability of a person is screened or interrogated to determine whether such a person is indeed a fit and proper person to form part of the CDA. It was also advised that the committee may recommend more than 13 candidates as it does not have power to appoint members to serve on the CDA. Maybe just to explain, the advice was that the committee does not have a power to appoint, it only can recommend. So because of that, the committee has advised to appoint more than 15 because the Act says there must be 13 members who must serve in the CDA. So because of that, then the committee can now, it was advisable that it must not just recommend 13 candidates, it must at least recommend more than 13 so that it can give the minister space or her right to go through the candidates and make an appointment based on those names that are submitted by the committee. Then the interview process itself, Chairperson, just to mention, an interview guideline was adopted by the committee. The guideline focused on these areas. The candidate has to introduce him or herself. The candidate should demonstrate knowledge of the Act and challenges faced by the CDA. The candidate must have knowledge of the drug master plan. And there are also questions on the good governance principles. There are questions that the candidate will have to demonstrate their knowledge of the sector and experience. On this one, Chairperson, the questions were mostly about not the legislative or policy knowledge, but as far as the sector is concerned in its entirety in terms of substance abuse, the challenges that are faced at the societal level, if I can put it that way. And also to demonstrate their knowledge of the current affairs that are currently, issues that are currently faced by the country as far as substance abuse and drug abuse is concerned. Okay, Chairperson, and the subcommittee also agreed that the interview or the duration of the interview should be for 45 minutes per candidate, and that allowed at least 11 questions to be asked to the candidates. There was also a follow-up questions where members would maybe have a clarity or they seek further clarity on what the candidate had said. Just to mention, Chairperson, the names of the candidates who were shortlisted and interviewed from between the 2nd of November to the 5th of November. These are the names, Chairperson. I will not go through all 26 or 21 names because there were other candidates, 5 candidates who were excluded from this process. These are the names, Chairperson, all 21 of them. And as the candidates were being interviewed, and the members, they considered the guidelines that I presented earlier in terms of their assessment. And then the committee agreed that only members who participated in the interview process will be eligible to deliberate in the process of recommending suitable candidates to the CDA and to report to the principal committee, which is on the agenda for today. Chairperson, like you see here, I have highlighted the area. This is because the Act says 13, as I mentioned, and then there's a legal advice that the committee should recommend at least more than 13. Then the committee may, after having discussed, and may then come up with number of candidates it wants to recommend. Then after this meeting or during this meeting and after the recommendation process is complete, I will then put in the names where I've highlighted names of recommended candidates. And then that the report would then have to be now referred to the principal committees to adopt it with the names that the subcommittee would have recommended, Chairperson. That's the end of the report.
Honorable members, there is the report. Is it a reflection of what happened? Honorable members, Honorable Masango,
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair. And thank you so much to Ms. Williams and Ms. Kanye for presenting the minutes and the report. I would like to confirm, Chairperson and colleagues, members, that the report has been presented is to my knowledge and recollection a true reflection of the deliberations that we've had on this subcommittee. And I also want to just touch on the issue of whether 13 or more members should be recommended to the minister, and say that I propose that we keep the number 13 as is, just because the minister obviously will consider, but I would like that we keep the number 13, and if the minister has then a need for a space to wiggle in her consideration of our list, then she will discuss this with the chair, and what needs to be done will be done as such. Otherwise, thank you so much for all the work that the teams have done. Thank you, Chair.
thank you, Honorable Stock.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. Let me start with apologizing. I've been in and out, kicked out of the system. My network is not so well, so I really apologize. But I reconnected now, and I've actually followed through on the report of the subcommittee since we started, up to the interviews and the recommendations. And I would also like to express a vote of gratitude and appreciation to the team, and then including the honorable members as well for a job well done up to so far. And also appreciate the report that has been put together by the team of technocrats from the parliament. And then the Chairperson, I'm also aligning myself for the proposal made by Honorable Masango that since that there's a need for space in the board for
I can't hear you, Honorable Dikhan. Hello? Honorable Dikhan. Has it disappeared?
this next again, but I think I would want we should have been.
Hello?
Thank you very much.
Hello?
Honorable Chairperson, I would connect again. Yes, can you hear me, Honorable Chair? Honorable Chairperson.
I think it's a network, Chair.
Hello? Honorable members, are you done, Khan? Honorable Khan? Hello? Has Honorable Khan disappeared again? Hey? Honorable Gillion, do you want to make any comment on the report? As a co-chair?
Sorry, Chairperson, the connection was a bit not so good here by my side as well. I don't know what's happening this morning.
Okay. Do you have any comment on the report? Does it reflect?
Yes, Chair.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, before we proceed to deal with the substance of the report, we received late yesterday a letter written by Mr. Sean Shelley with some grievances and views about the process we've been conducting. The letter is here to be tabled, being tabled. But my proposal is that because the letter arrived late yesterday, it's a letter you didn't just want to respond having not studied it properly, and also requires us to be legally advised. I propose that we don't handle the letter today until we got a proper advice from the legal team. That's what I'm proposing, honorable members.
Chairperson, sorry, can you repeat that? I was a bit lost now.
Thank you. I'm saying, Chair, there is a letter from Mr. Sean Shelley, who also applied for inclusion in the board, who did not make it to the nomination, to the shortlisting, a letter of grievance and unhappiness on how we have conducted the process. Because the letter arrived late in my hands yesterday, and my proposal is that, can we allow that letter to be referred to the legal team to look at and advise us at an appropriate time?
Chairperson, just on that one, I want to agree with you because I think we must give the legal team the time to look into this letter and to come back to advise the committee on the impact of that letter in the process, so that we don't have any unnecessary legal interdicts or whatever on the process. I think the integrity of this process of Parliament is of utmost importance, that whatever legal implications can come out of any letter that has been written to the committee, we must be legally sound, that the process will be protected. Thank you, Chairperson.
Honorable members, any other comment on the letter? I've made a proposal.
Chair, this is Bridget. I would like to, I can't actually say any more than what the Honorable Gillian has said. That's exactly what I wanted to say. Thank you, Chair, to agree with you.
Thank you very
Chair,
much. Then we
yes, I concur with the two previous speakers.
is that Arif?
We wait on the legal opinion. Yes, yes, Chair.
Yes, I hear your voice without seeing you.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable Member. Let's go now to the substance of the report. We've conducted the interviews. We've scored in a particular way. And we must make this point. Scores is not the only way. There's a number of other ways, but can the committee now advise us on how do we move forward to put together the names that we think the first 13 names are appropriate for recommendation to the minister? I open the discussions on that. Honorable Stock and followed by Honorable Stock, followed by Honorable Morensia, by Honorable Masango. Who else? Honorable Aris. Can you follow in that order? Honorable Stock.
No, thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. Without necessarily getting the detail of the report, because I assume that the committee will be taken on board in terms of what are the names that are there. But just in terms of the principle, like earlier on, we were proposing that we must look at maybe 13 names. So my proposal is that based on the scoring, because it's a clear reflection of the performance of the candidates in the interviews. If candidate so has performed his utmost best and got the most score, let's look at those that have performed very well in the interviews based on their scoring up to the last one, which will be the 13th name based on the outcome of the interviews. I would like to make that submission, Honorable Chairperson. Thanks.
Honorable Morensia, Gillion, Chairperson.
Chairperson, I want to agree with the proposal of Member Stock, but then I also want to ask Chairperson, are we going to continue with the finalization now, or are we going to wait for that legal opinion and the process regarding to that?
We will deal with that at the end. Let's hear what the members are proposing first on the names.
Okay.
Thanks, Honorable Gillion. Allow me to deal with that at the end. Honorable Masango.
Thank you, Chair. I would like to also agree that the work that was done by the committee and the scoring with the remarks, that's the point I wanted to make, that we were making remarks on each candidate that would support why we scored the way we did. And also those remarks, for me at least, were saying that which the chairperson was talking about, which is more than just the scoring itself, but the other issues that we were picking up during the interviewing process. So also the fact that those were being captured as the interviews were happening, make it even more transparent, if I may call it that way, that when we get to see how the list comes out in terms of the ranking of the scores and the comments that we're making, we should be able to get a list of candidates that we are looking for in terms of what we will be then presenting to the principal committees later on. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Aris.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Chair, I'm covered with what Honorable Gillian was saying, that we need to look at that letter of the person that was sending in that letter before we conclude, the appointment of the candidates. And then also, in terms of what I want to agree with what Honorable Masango was saying, that we must not only look at the scoring, but we also need to look at the remarks that each one of us was making on the candidates.
If I understand you members, because I want to be very clear, you are saying we should follow the scoring. We should follow the order that is informed by the scoring together with the comments in the order of that scoring. Do I understand you to be saying that?
That's correct, Chair.
That's
Thank you
exactly
very
what we're saying, Chair.
In other words, you are saying the top 13 are the would be the names you are recommending to the minister. Am I right?
Yes, Chair.
Thank you very much.
Yes, you are.
Let me ask Mr. Jengane. Is Mr. Jengane here?
Chairperson, he is in another meeting. I'll try to get hold of him. He's also briefing another meeting, Arts and Culture.
You see, honorable members, the letter of Sean Shirley is not an interdict. I'm not sure if we're together. It's a letter of a concerned applicant, right? We need to be advised whether it is worth waiting. Maybe I should take the advice of the members that says, but we have, the point I'm trying to make, members, we've got a position now on which names we want. All we are waiting for is what the letter says about us going forward. Am I correct? Based is what the legal opinion says about us going forward.
Yeah.
With what we have agreed upon. Am I correct?
Yes, Chair, you are correct.
Thank you very much. Any other comment, honorable members? Can I, Lindy, is it
Chair.
possible? Hello?
Chair.
Alice, Honorable
Yes.
Gilo, Honorable Alice, are you back?
Yes, I'm here. Honorable Aris.
Yes, I can see your hand,
Chair,
yes.
I was just thinking, since we don't know the content of the letter and what's the content of the letter, and
Is it
we
not-
don't know this person that did send in this letter, whether this person feel that perhaps he have met the criteria to be shortlisted or whatever. So we can, if we do the recommendations to the minister, then what if that person get a legal opinion and said, but this person did meet the criteria, and in the process this person was disadvantaged to be, or not to be called for an interview. So how will it then influence, because we have decided that we will appoint only 13 people to the board. So we need to also think of that as well.
Honorable Gideon?
Chairperson, my suggestion will be, sorry, that we've put the criteria down of how the final process will take place in this meeting. I've also made the proposal that we must give the legal team some time, because they did not have time to look into the legal aspect of this letter, that the letter then of this applicant be sent to all members, and that we reconvene then the last part of the meeting at another date and time, to give the legal team the opportunity to advise us. And then, because the principles of the last leg of the process we have put in place now and agreed upon in this meeting. So then, Chair, I would like to propose that we then adjourn this meeting and wait on the legal opinion to come in, and then we can then just reschedule the final meeting of the process. Thank you, Chair.
Is that the spirit of the meeting?
If that is a proposal, then I will second that, Chair.
No.
Honorable Masango, Honorable Dikgang?
Chairperson,
Chair,
please note me there.
Yes, you are noted. Honorable Masango?
Chairperson, while I agree that we will have the legal team, the legal support, get back to us on this issue of the letter, I would like us to go according to how we planned this meeting to go on today, including presenting the letter from Mr. Shelley. Because as the chairperson said earlier on, this is a letter from a concerned applicant, and the process of this recruitment process that we've gone through has gone according to how Parliament does things. And also we've had on standby at every minute a legal person being part of the process. So I feel, at least at principle level, I feel that as the committee, we should be confident of how we've conducted ourselves in this process, and go ahead and present everything to the principal committees, including the fact that there's a letter that is coming from Mr. Shelley. And then when the legal advice comes back, it comes back on the basis that we have met, and all that is remaining is what would have remained after the meeting today, as having been set up for us to deliberate on the process we've gone through so far. So I really don't think that we need to now stop the process and adjourn and wait for a legal advice on a concerned applicant who has the right to be concerned and the right to actually write to the chair and committee. But go ahead, be confident of the process that you've gone through, and have the legal advice come back to us on this basis. Thank you, Chair.
Bustock.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. Maybe it's safe to say that I was covered by Honorable Masango, but there's a point that I want to canvass as well on record, that I've been part of the subcommittee, and I've served throughout the meetings, and where I'm sitting as a member of the subcommittee and this portfolio committee, I'm of the view that the process was very sound, and they were overboard, above board. So if I was doubting, sitting here as a member of this portfolio committee or subcommittee, having doubts in my mind that maybe one of the things might not have gone through, and then there's a letter later on that comes from any of the candidates that have applied, I would have also maybe been convinced that no, let's stop and then let's entertain the letter. But where I'm sitting, Honorable Chairperson, I want to canvass this point very clearly. The point I'm trying to raise in the meeting.
Hello? Hello?
Chairperson,
I think we lost him.
He's back. It sounds like he's back now.
Yes.
Honorable Bustock.
I'm back. I'm sorry, I got disconnected. So yes, I'm here, Chairperson. The point I was trying to raise is that let's continue with the business of the day. Let's not stop the proceedings. Let's deal with the letter towards the end, like the chair has indicated, and then we take the process from there. I mean, and then we also allow space. I fully agree. Let's allow space for legal people to sit down, apply their mind, look at the acts, what they say, and come back to advise us. But for today, let's proceed with the process. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
Yes. No, thank you, honorable members. Let me check if there's still a hand. Everyone has spoken. Thank you very much. You see, honorable members, it will be unprecedented that when we're about to take a decision on a process that has been ongoing openly and in public, Honorable Aris, that somebody comes just on the eve of us taking a decision and we stop the process The next meeting is at 1 o'clock. A person can come just a minute before that meeting. There's a difference between this letter and a court interdict. In my understanding from my legal crash course, an interdict is the one that can stop this process. But I know the concern of Honorable Aris is that she has not seen the letter. I thought we were tabling the letter for everyone to see, but we need a legal advice going forward. But my view as a chair to stop a process because on the eve of us taking decision, from somebody who know that the process was ongoing, we are actually setting ourselves for failure because another letter may come. I prefer that we stop a process like this when there's a legal interdict. Of course, cautiously we're saying, once we've completed our work, before implementing, we need that advice, whether we can proceed. Are we together, honorable members?
We are together, Honorable Chair.
Yes, we are together,
Thank
Chair.
you.
And also, I would like to just say that Honorable Christians is getting in and out of the meeting due to signal problems in the Northern Cape, which is
Okay. No, both of them, himself and Dihang, are from Northern Cape. All Northern Cape people must not work under virtual, must come in Parliament. So it is my understanding that we are proceeding, but we need a legal advice as soon as we can, which I think is going to be quick. Our guys are able to deal with these matters. So the meeting of 1 o'clock stands, and we will also take them into confidence about this situation. Are we together?
Yes, we are together.
Thank you, honorable members. So anything else? It means the first 13 names, can they be read in this meeting, the first 13 names, based on that scoring?
Good morning, chairpersons and members. Yes, I can proceed and read the names.
Who is speaking?
It's Tabil, chairperson.
Proceed then, Tabil.
So basically, in terms of the performance of the candidates, I'm taking into account the scores that they were given by the members during the interview process. The top 13 candidates are as follows.
There's somebody who has not muted.
We stick with it on the basis that
somebody has not muted. Who is that person? No, who's really proceed, Tabila?
Okay, thank you, Chairperson. So basically, the top 13 candidates are as follows. We have Mr. Devon Clive de Cocker. We have from Western Cape, we have Mr. Peter Uko from Gauteng. We have Ms. Elna Matonsi from Limpopo. We have Mr. Thabo Zakaria Murabe from Gauteng. We have Ms. Nyameka Mayatula Koza from Gauteng. We have Ms. Mahlukhonolo Sophia Mabue from Free State. We have Ms. Rachel Mutsipi from Gauteng. We have Ms. Nomcebo Alice Dlamini from KZN. We have Mr. Samasivan Pillay from KZN. We have Ms. Darlene James from Gauteng. We have Dr. Guru Nathan Kisnaswamy from KZN. We have Ms. Nomatemba Elaine Kela from Gauteng. And lastly, we have Reverend Mlahleki Ruben Sokana from Free State. That's basically, those are the top 13 candidates.
Thank you, Tavi. That is the first 13 members, honorable members. Those are the names we are taking to the committee at 1. Are we together?
Yes, Chair.
But, hello?
No, I just said we are together, Honorable Chair. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Do we have any other item, Lindiwe?
No, Chair.
At what time is the next meeting?
The next meeting is at 1 o'clock, Chairperson.
Honorable members, at that point, thank you very much for handling sensitively, respectfully, difficult matters like that. And your sensitivity to the integrity of the process is also highly respected. Let's meet at 1 o'clock, honorable members. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chair.
Tabi? Can we have a debriefing? I'll open another link. I'm going to end the meeting for everyone. Thank you very much. Bye.